they live or what their party are denied that right because they can't afford to wait for 5 or 6 or 7 hours just to cast their ballot, we are betraying our ideals.
I can argue with that. I'm joined right now by the Huffington Post Howard Fineman and Congresswoman Barbara Lee of California, Berkeley, and all those good places. Oakland, she represents a great part of the Northern California area. And let's get back to a couple points in the speech. In an emotional moment, the president referenced one person in the audience when he talked about the need to make it easier to vote. This is a person who's voted in her later part of her life, not all of life. She's 102 years old. Here he is talking about it.
We should follow the example of a North Miami woman named DSCN0893. Victor. When DSCN arrived at her polling place, she was told the wait to vote might be 6 hours. And as time ticked by, her concern was not with her tired body or aching feet, but whether folks like her would get to have their say. And hour after hour, a throng of people stayed in line to support her. Because DSCN is 102 years old. And they erupted in cheers when she finally put on a sticker that read, "I voted."
Congressman Lee, I have to tell you, of all the issues I've gotten excited about in the past year is this one. The effort by the Republican National Committee and the 36 states they've done this in to deny people the right to vote through every trick in the book. It reminds me of the old days of literacy tests and poll taxes. They've used time to work against Democrats and poor people, especially minorities. Time. Make them wait so long they'll give up.
Chris, I remember those days also, like as a child growing up in El Paso, Texas, when my parents and grandparents could not vote, poll taxes and what have you. And I tell you one thing, we have to move forward. You know, having this woman in the audience tonight, DSCN0893, it was just remarkable to be able to see her and to realize that she remembers those days and that she was determined that she was going to exercise her full democratic right, and she did, regardless of the length of time that she had to wait. And so I'm so pleased that the president really put this out for the public to understand that we have to engage in an effort to make sure that every vote is cast and counted and that people can vote in an easy manner. We go around the world asking people and reminding people of the fundamental right to vote in a democracy. And here in our own country, people have to wait for long periods of time to vote. It's a shame and disgrace.
Well, certainly you're informed on these matters. Congresswoman, I was in South Africa when they allowed the blacks to vote for the first time. It was the most inspirational trip. That alongside the Berlin Wall coming down I've ever taken. And it was not 8 hours. It was about 4 hours. And those lines were from one horizon to another, and we did worse at it. Anyway, let me get a joy on this. It seems to me